Riku. Axel. Vincent. Sir Venom.
I say I will give you like a more broad recap this time, starting with the very first things that brought you together. So you were hired by a person named Verity. Verity wanted you to pull a heist on the Afterlife Casino, a casino run by a gnome individual who tricked her, she believes, in a game of 3 Dragon Ante, a card game. You were asked to steal the money in the vault, along with a golden Arenes statue that would be the Afterlife's opening 3 Dragon Ante tournament trophy. You successfully stole the statue, you failed to steal the money from the vault, and you did not return to Verity with it as you got lost in a misty forest that eventually transported you to the realm of Barovia. During your time in Barovia, you encountered a number of different individuals, had a prophecy eventually said and fulfilled, killed Count Strahd, found an abnormally large book, lost your friend to the evil powers within the Amber Temple, and eventually destroyed a large black obelisk deep beneath Castle Ravenloft. You left with Irina Kalyana, the burgomaster's daughter, the individual that Count Strahd had so desired, a woman who had lived and died 62 times before. You left with Rictavio, whose real name was Rudolf van Richten, a famed vampire hunter up and down the Sword Coast, an individual who came from a land that he dubbed Darkon. And you left with a third individual, Casimir Velikov, a dusk elf whose people had all been slaughtered by Count Strahd's chamberlain, Rahadin, who, an individual, when he got close to you, you could hear the screams of the other dusk elves that he had killed. These 3 traveled back to the Sword Coast with you as you left Barovia, a world in tatters, but a world now with the souls of those who had come before freed from the prison and the evils that Count Strahd von Zarevich had constructed. And so you found yourself eventually in Neverwinter. You built shenanigans, a casino, a home, a business for you, and more. You went to Waterdeep, seeking out Riku's father for information on his lineage. Something about him had come to light during your time in Barovia. Axel, you yourself wish to speak with the Ram, and maybe find an old long-lost friend if he's still out there. Vincent, after your betrayal led you to Daggerford and the new job, you found what you always wanted on some level, a home, in the form of shenanigans and a plot of land nearby. Sir Venom, you joining the group at the bequest of your liege, the Raven Queen, once known as one of the... Oh gosh, what was her real name?
Danica?
Mardikovs. Danica Martikov, thank you. Formerly known as Danica Martikov, one of the were-ravens in the town of Valaki in Barovia. She requested that you join this group and bring back memories to continue to feed her realm. And so you've done so and traveled and assisted Vincent in becoming a knight of the Raven Queen, and he received a bow to help her collect more memories. You have also, at this time, completed multiple tasks for Aurora's Realms, the magic item purveyors up and down the Sword Coast. After your grand opening was foiled by several devils who appeared, you brought it upon yourself to begin investigating a number of different avenues. I'll give you just a quick recap of some of the things I believe you said you wanted to do. One of them would be escort Rudolph and Casimir to Candlekeep, along with the large book that you brought back from Barovia and the Ember Temple. Another would be to clear Maruka's name. When Riku went to Waterdeep, he found that his sister was being held by the Blackstaff, as she had accidentally killed one of her professors. He wanted to potentially learn more about Lord Neverember, an individual who asked that you kill a dragon for them. He is also the Lord of Neverwinter and the current ruler of the city. And then you wanted to investigate where the devils came from that attacked Shenanigans. I would say that at this time you are in Shenanigans. Let's bring us back to the first floor. We can start here. Captain Anders is not around. Shenanigans is actually closed for the day, but you have the run of the place as you will. Morty is actually not around either. How would you like to begin, and what would you like to do?
Are we rested up?
You are.
Beautiful. Well, I think last time we were like about to teleport to Waterdeep. We'd even done like our deception rolls, and then we
Oh, that's right.
ended up doing like a side mission. So
Yeah, I think we were going to tie up the loose ends with whatever was going on with my sister and my stuff. Waterdeep.
yeah,
But yeah, we got
Okay.
distracted by something.
Yeah, we had to hunt
Sounds
one of
about
those like fox demon things, right? I
So
forget
let's
the
do
name of it.
this. Let's do this. Let's
Yeah.
actually place you upstairs in your bedrooms. This is during your long rest. If there's anything you would like to do before your long rest, you may do so. And then the following day, you'll head off to Waterdeep. Does that work?
yeah, we'll have a nice breakfast. You know?
Okay. As you all individually take your time to fall asleep, Riku, you go into a trance. Is that right? As a half elf?
Yeah, I believe I still follow the same like rules for elves. Like I
Okay.
do trance mode. I don't sleep. I guess.
Damn.
Okay. As you all either go into sleep or into a trance, you drift off, thoughts of the waterlogged skeleton leaving your mind, the fish people you encountered, nearly drowning, potentially, like Axel did. And you feel as if you come into a deep, restful sleep. These beds are incredibly comfortable. The food here at Shenanigans is far, far better than anything you ever encountered in Barovia, though there are as many potatoes as you wish, Axel. And in particular, you all feel as if you have a place to call your own at this time. That said, we're going to go in order here. Riku, what are you dreaming of? Did we?
Yeah,
lose
Riku.
I can go to a different person if he's.
I'll go first.
Yeah,
Stepped
I
away.
just stepped away. Go
You're
to someone
supposed to
else real
put the
quick.
poop emoji if you're taking
My
a
bad. I'm
shit.
sorry.
Vincent, what are you dreaming of?
Uh, a nice, peaceful night with ravens flying all over the place, and me sitting in my new plot of land, being happy.
That's pretty cool. And you can see the twinkling lights of Neverwinter around you. The city looks beautiful from this vantage point across the Black Lake. You can see stars above, even in this cloudless, warm, beautiful night. They don't shine as brightly as they might out in the wilderness, but you can smell the sea and the salt air, and it's gorgeous. The dream is peaceful. Again, Shenanigans feels like home in a way that maybe many other places have not. And as the ravens pass overhead, one of them lands next to you and looks at you, one-eyed. And you almost feel like it's looking at you questioningly.
What do you want, Raven?
In a whoosh of feathers, you see Danica Martikov sitting next to you. Same as always, Vincent. Memories, thoughts, dreams. They are what
Well, I've
sustain
been
us now.
I've been loading up the bow, and I show her that all 3 gems are lit up.
You've done well so far, and you'll continue to do well. Know this. Things that you may end up learning, the memories you collect, they are all mine when you pass from this life. They will join my pool, and you can see this image of a city within the Shadowfell, a bowl. The city curves inwards so that the largest building is at the center, pointing up to the lip of the bowl, almost being equal, a tower, a spire. And you can see water raining from the sky, but each droplet being its own individualized memory, falling into the city and collecting via basins, creeks, rivers, crevices, down through into this pool. She closes the image, and once again, you're in Neverwinter. The time before you will be hard. If you survive and you collect the memories, you have a place in the afterlife, a home, similar to this one, but there, if you so wish.
That's reassuring. Thank
Indeed.
you, Danica.
She
Been an
turns.
inspiration to me.
Yeah, you can have an inspiration for sure. The were raven that you knew in life turns into a full raven, larger, and flies away. And you watch her
Vincent
do
thinks to
so.
himself, can't wait, wish I could do that. So cool.
And as you watch her, you suddenly feel yourself, it's odd, ripped from this dream into a different place. And we will put you in this place in Owlbear. Um, just choosing which one I want. All right. You are outside of Baba Lasaga's hut,
Ooh,
back in Barovia, within this dream. The flies, the mosquitoes, everything that you felt before, you feel now.
I have my bow with me, right?
You have everything that you would have in life with you, though you do still feel that this must be a dream.
Yeah, well, Vincent clutches his bow kind of nervously. Wonders where the rest of his gang is. Looking around.
And as you do so, you see a woman recognizable from the grand opening of Shenanigans stepping forward towards you. You recognize her as Natasha, the individual who visited with Remaros and her son, their son, Ayuz.
You!
Hello.
I recognize you.
Indeed, it's good to see that you do, Sir Vincent. It is sir, right? Or is it knight? I could not tell from afar what Danica called you.
Either both. Or night.
Come, tell me, how is the Society of Ravens doing? Did they survive? Did they leave Barovia with you? She's walking circles around you as she asks these things.
Yes. Vincent never lets his back turn to her.
Gotcha. Oh, come now, Vincent. A turtle's protected by his shell, is he not?
Dancing.
Yeah. Um. What do you? What were you doing at Shenanigans? We
What I
got your
would
little
normally
present you
do.
left for us.
Sorry,
I
just
would accuse her of leaving those demons.
Oh, Vincent, those demons were not mine, though I suspect I know whose they were. She, if you'd like, you can make an insight check.
I would love to.
What'd you get?
I see an 18.
Yeah, did I
18.
get it? Yeah, sorry.
All right. That's pretty good. She looks slightly perturbed, you would say. You actually don't think she's lying. You don't think that the devils were hers, based on the look on her face.
But she knows that there was devils there?
She
Actually,
heard
yeah,
about
based
it.
off that
She
look,
seemed to
yeah.
recognize that there were devils there.
Okay, well, if they weren't yours, Vincent would kind of look around and be like, why are we back here?
Oh, well. This place holds a special place in my heart, Vincent. This is my childhood home.
It's a shame. What happened?
Oh, did you not learn the story of Berez when you were in Barovia?
Oh, I have. We learned all about the different stuff going on.
Oh, then good. You know all about the drownings, the flooding, the fact that Strahd had in his clutches a young woman here who fell in love with a man, a priest with two faces. One, the meek, pathetic Grigor of Lathander. The other, well, it's strange. When his other personality showed up in that body, he called himself Sergei, a prince, and he fell in love with Marina, a woman. You know this
Yeah,
story?
yeah. I feel like the story repeats itself a lot.
She gives a laugh. It had repeated itself something like 39 times by the time that Marina had me as her child.
Yeah, it seems like you're caught up in this tragic tale.
She sort of cocks her
But
head.
are you not? But are you not free now? Then
Oh, no.
what happened to my pal Strahd? He's
Oh,
still
I'm
around?
free. No, no, no. This is all a dream. She sort of waves her hand around. I simply thought it best to bring you somewhere you might recognize.
Okay. This isn't the most pleasant of places, but sure.
She sort of scowls. No, this home was never very pleasant. Babalai Saga was a rather cruel mother, but nonetheless, I learned what I needed from her to escape, and that is why I wanted to come talk to you in this dream. She's continuing, once again, to do circles around you. How did you leave Barovia?
We killed Strahd.
Indeed. And how did you do that?
Um, we slayed him and we destroyed his beating heart and his black obelisk and lit the beacon of Argynvoth.
And she steps
And
closer. Indeed.
and then Vincent thinks to himself, "Did we ever drive a stake through his heart? Like
I believe you
like
did, yeah.
my name told us to." All right, good. Yeah, and then we drove a stake through his heart, finished him off, like all vampires need.
Well done, well done. Well, Sir Vincent, I
Then
hope
the
that
mists of Barovia just disappeared,
then
and I
indeed
assumed
you were released.
everything under his spell was released as well.
Indeed. Although I cannot go back. Nobody can ever go back, can they? Sometimes you leave home and it's for good. She looks at the cabin, but it's not a look of longing, potentially a look of disgust. She reaches out to pat you on your face and says, "It's all right, Vincent. I won't ask anything of you at this time. Maybe at some point I can ask you and the roosters for a favor or job if you so wish. But I appreciate your honesty."
Yeah, anytime.
And as she says that, she walks by you, back down the log, and everything dissipates, and you are asleep in bed still.
That was terrifying.
And we're gonna skip to, let's see, who should we skip to next? Sir Venom.
What am I
What-
dreaming about?
Yes, what are you dreaming about at this time?
Let's see. Sir Venom is having an exciting dream where he is the captain of a pirate ship, and the rest of the crew are there with him, and they're on the high seas, and they're all fighting off a band of skeletons that are trying to board their ship and steal their booty.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's our pirate ship versus a skeleton pirate ship, and we're fighting off invading skeletons. We're trying to
Gotcha.
board our ship.
Ghost
And
pirates or pirate ghosts?
Are they what?
Get the
Ghost
cannonballs!
pirates or pirate ghosts?
Vincent
Yeah, the
runs to the
skeletons are
cannon.
also they're like pirate skeletons.
Vincent's on
Um,
the cannon.
it's funny because it's more than just pirate skeletons. These skeletons have cutlasses between their skeletal teeth as they literally climb up from under the bowels of the ship, under the waterline, up along the ship, and then leap off of the enemy ship onto yours. You don't feel terror in this dream. It's just a dream, not a nightmare. You feel exhilaration. You feel the blossoming. You feel in the depths of your soul when you know you're about to pass another memory off to the Raven Queen. And you feel excitement in this dream for the potential and possibility of this sort of adventure to come to hand off to the Raven Queen someday. As this is happening, a skeleton begins to reach closer to you. And as it does so, it transforms into Natasha, the woman you saw in Shenanigans. And she, with the snap of her finger, changes the scene to the exterior of the Amber Temple, in which I will bring this forth. The cold mountainside before you, the somewhat inviting interior shimmering through the open door in front of you. She stands before you. Well, I must ask, did you ever enter this place?
I did not. I have some memories that I took over from that Uriel character who was traveling with the group before I was, but I myself was never here.
Intriguing. I never went in, you know. I
From what I
always
remember,
wondered.
it seemed like a pretty scary place.
Oh, that's only the half of it from what I could feel.
That's where Uriel met his downfall in the end.
She sort of nods and she says, "This is only ever as far as I came. I have no memories of the place inside. I know not what it looks like. And therefore, in this dream, this is the best I can do. I remember I stood right here, and I could feel a shiver, not from the cold, but from whatever terror lie within." She turns and looks at you. "How did you escape Barovia?"
We took down Strahd.
Indeed. It's quite the feat. Not something I ever tried to do to leave. But I
We
always
were
wondered.
quite the capable crew of warriors.
It's amazing what you can do with some friends sometimes. She sort of turns back away from you and looks towards the temple again. I always wondered if maybe I could have left sooner if I had gone inside. What did you find in there?
We believe that I'm still. I don't know if I want to share too much with her because we suspect her of releasing those demons. So I guess before I answer your questions, I'd pull out that soul coin, that because it was her husband, and the tiefling's son, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'd pull out the soul coin. Be like, I wonder if you could tell me anything more about this.
Soul coin, used as a form of currency within the Nine Hells.
Well, why would your son leave this in our tip jar?
Make a persuasion check.
Oof, 8.
She sort of gives it a look. I don't know, but rest assured, I plan on asking him. I understand that you were attacked by devils out of the other tip jars. Um, I I would ask you to hold your judgment and say that it was not my boy's doing necessarily.
I'm sorry, but that's not a terribly convincing argument. They, as soon as you left, is when they popped out. I'm sure you can agree that the circumstances are quite suspect.
And she sort of waves her hand. And would you say that this dream is reality? You can feel the cold, can you not? You can pick up snow, and she does so and throws it at your face. Not like a snowball, just like a bit of powder, and you can feel the cold, damp nature of it as it hits your face and begins to melt. What you perceive can be convincing and yet not true.
Oh, I'm well versed in the intricacies of memory and dreams, but what happened back in Shenanigans was very much the real world.
Indeed. And if my son has any part in it, I will ensure to bring him forward to you as an apology, if I get the chance.
Since you're a survivor of Barovia, I would very much like to believe that you're not an enemy and someone we can trust, but we have to protect our interests as well.
Let me ask you, Sir Venom, is it? What
Indeed.
makes two people, or two groups, or two nations an enemy of the other? What's at the heart
Well,
of conflict?
I'd argue if one group seeks to release demons and kill the others, that would indeed make them enemies.
But again, you don't answer the heart of the question. You simply answer the mode. What puts the two groups into such a state that they must fight?
Well, if one group's interests require the downfall of the other group, I think that's a fair place to start.
That seems right. And have you been able to divine any such interests that I or my son or my husband may have against you and Shenanigans, the Roosters?
Oh, no, but just because I'm not aware of them doesn't mean they don't exist.
She sort of holds up her hands and says, That's fair. That's incredibly fair. But know this, I, myself, hold no ill will towards you, nor do I wish us to be in conflict. So far as I know, you hold nothing that I wish, nor are you in my way of anything. I simply wanted to know how you left Barovia and what you plan to do now. You see, I'm the only other survivor of that place, so you all intrigue me.
No, right now we're simply attending to our affairs, and I'm doing my duties as a knight of the Raven Court, collecting memories for my queen.
She sort of nods. Good enough. Then I won't stand in your way, Sir Venom, so long as you don't stand in mine. And indeed, if Ayuz did unleash devils upon you via soul coin of some form, he will pay penance to you and yours for the crime.
I suppose that's good to hear. And while I have you in my dream, I don't suppose you could tell me whose soul is in the soul coin your son left behind.
And you continue on dreaming and are continuing to sleep
Oh,
as
she just
before.
ignored my question. That's sketchy.
Um, Riku, are you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Well, what are you dreaming of?
So Riku's having he's having dreams of the important ladies in his life. An
Oh
assortment
no,
of
how did I know this was going to be a sexy dream?
no,
You
no,
mean
nothing like that.
bitches.
It's just an assortment of memories. Like the first one being like his mother teaching him to play the lute.
Okay.
Him having a memory of that.
Which mother?
Uh, his actual mother. Like
Okay.
he didn't realize it at the time, but now he knows. Like that was his mom. He's dreaming
So
of that.
Erikine?
As Azriel, or I don't know if we gave her a fake name, but I think she
I've
probably just
got.
went by Azriel.
Okay.
But yeah, he's dreaming of like her teaching because she was his teacher with the lute, and eventually left her lute to him, and that's like what he currently plays. Extremely
Gotcha.
fine lute. He's having a memory of that, and then that leads into like him having a memory of his sister. Like maybe I don't know, a few years after that, like her having a bad day at school, kind of like venting to him, and him just like sharing with her what he would do when he has a rough day, and just kind of picking up his lute and playing. It's kind of like a nice moment, but then it turns to her being like, "That's nice and all, but I'd rather fight him," and just kind of pull his rapier from his waist and like gesture like towards him with his own weapon, and then him just kind of smile and be like, "Maybe I'll teach you to fight one day." And then that fades into another memory of him and what's her face, the lady from Barovia we brought back with us.
Irina?
Yeah, he's remembering teaching her how to fight because he taught her how to use a sword too at one point.
Gotcha.
Was having various memories of learning and teaching the important women of his life.
Okay. And as you are teaching Irina in, oh gosh, where was that in particular that you ended up teaching her?
So I think it was just like somewhere on the road in Barovia.
Okay.
Because like
You're on the road.
we realized that she was in danger and she needed to learn how to fight. So I was like, all right, just we're gonna teach you as we go.
Gotcha. And as you're walking the road in Barovia with her, um,
Very
you
common scene of this campaign.
you come through the mists once more to the standing stones where you saw the demon Polirion with your friends. And as you and Irina are practicing the sword, you find that she melts into none other than Tasha, who steps forward, blade in hand, and pulls it back, saying, "Interesting set of thoughts, Riku. Interesting indeed. Do you remember this place?" She sort of waves her sword around at all the four stones about you.
Riku kind of like puts his finger in his mouth and starts like playing with his like fang. He's like, I recall this place.
Good.
She's like, you know of it?
Oh, of course I know of. Standing stones near Old Bone Grinder. Indeed, indeed.
Riku looks around. Is like, it doesn't hold power here, does it?
What? Sorry, what? She looks confused. What hold power here?
He's asking if I realize like I'm in a dream, if like this place still has power, even though it's in a dream.
Gotcha. Uh, no, no, no. This holds no power in a dream of that nature. No. No, we're quite safe. And she snaps her fingers, and suddenly, like, you're overlooking the town of Barovia from one of the cliffs sort of underlying Castle Ravenloft. And she says, "We could be wherever we wanted to be, or wherever I wanted you to be. But I thought," and she snaps her fingers again, and you're back at Old Bone, the megalith outside
Yeah.
of Old Bone Grinder. "I thought it would be good to talk here. That's all." She sort of plants the sword in the ground and leans on it.
And what did you want to talk about? Riku looks interested.
You know, that's a good question. I've already spoken to two of your brethren. I'll speak to the next shortly. Um, this is how I left this place. She sort of points around again with her free hand that's not leaning on the sword. I left through these megaliths. Now, I know it's possible to call forth demons, devils, Yugoloths as well from a standing stone set like this. But I want to know how it is that you left this place if you didn't leave through here like I did.
Riku looks her up and down. He's like, we already told you. I thought we told you we left on our own accord.
Indeed, but what does that mean to you? How did you leave?
Well, we created our own door, Riku smiles. That door is shut forever from what I've gathered.
Hmm. The other two have told me, and I believe them, truthfully so far. You killed the Count, the Lord. And she sort of points up where you know Castle Ravenloft to be. Is this true?
Riku kind of like looks down to his or like opens his coat and like pulls out his blade. If like I have it on me, right?
Yeah.
I
Definitely.
got that thing on me. Shows her thing, pops out the blade. He's like, I wouldn't have. This was the key for us leaving.
Indeed. Powerful weapon, powerful artifact. Did quite the job on the Count, I suspect. I believe you. You're the third to tell the same tale, roughly, in a different manner of speaking. And I heard tales of some black obelisk beneath the castle. And, well, the one thing that's not been clear to me is what you all found in the Amber Temple. You see, and she's finger to lips, still leaning on the sword. I suspect, and correct me if I'm wrong, my understandings of this land probably second to none, besides the Count himself once upon a time, maybe yourselves, but I believe this about Barovia. A land trapped in time, souls feeding an evil, a place created to hold an even worse evil, knights overlooking the evil in their own hold. A new person comes, the form of a man, an ambitious one, kills his brother's lover after being scorned, drinks their blood, takes a new form. Count Strahd, what is the greater evil? Why build your keep on a black obelisk? What lies within the Amber Temple? What was the order of the Silver Dragon? Hiding. Here's a teller of tales, Riku. Come, tell me a tale. What do you think? What did you find?
Why should I tell you anything?
Riku, you see, I can help you. I'm not your enemy. I could
Prove
be a
it.
friend. Well, as I said to Sir Venom, Ayuz will be doing penance if I find he was the individual to drop the soul coins in your tip jars to summon some devils. Does this help?
So you admit that you were the ones that did that.
No, you hear me incorrectly. I absolutely did not do it. If
No, I'm
my
saying that,
dastardly son did any such thing, he will be paying you penance.
in the form of.
That's yet to be decided.
That could have ruined the reputation of our fine establishment for good.
Indeed, and a fine establishment it is. I would not want such a thing.
Someone died, but we had to bring them back to life.
No harm, no foul by the sound of it, she says with a mischievous grin on her face.
Well, we choose not to play with lives so brazenly, but I suppose this could be overlooked if you guys were to come clean and we had some sort of common interest, but it would have to be this penance would have to be significant, That's we don't take that sort of thing lightly.
We'll see what Ayuz can come to, if he did it in the first place, obviously, but and if he
Course.
did, we'll see what he can do to repair our relationship.
Would
You have my word.
partake in a zone of truth just so we know that everything's above board?
She begins to laugh. Zone of truth. Why, I don't see any issues with that.
Ah. Riku smiles at this. And he looks relieved. He's like, well then we can actually continue speaking. All right, what would you want to talk about? What else, at least?
Well, I just wanted to know what you found. What was inside the Amber Temple?
Terrible things.
Indeed. I could feel it from the outside once upon a time.
I don't know if you are aware, but we lost our friend there. He succumbed to the darkness. They took him.
Sorry to hear that. What became of him?
He turned into a monster, likes of which I've never seen.
Do you describe it to her?
Yes.
Okay. You describe the Nightwalker, the size, the scope, the sheer terror it emitted, the powers it bequeathed. Well, sounds as if it's a creature of pure darkness. You can see that there's. Go ahead and roll an insight check, actually.
10.
She's got a pensive look on her face,
Okay.
one that seems to wonder, and nothing else.
No, nothing that I would wish to share with you at this time.
She sort of shrugs. Fair enough. Know this.
I
I
believe
have.
to see what's in that place, you must pay the toll yourself. And if you wish to see, by all means, find a way there. But
Oh,
I can't tell you what was in there
my
beyond
understanding is that it's
what took
gone.
my friend.
It's all gone. You left Barovia. You killed the master of the land.
Let's
Like
hope so.
Darkon before it when Rudolf van Richten left. There's no more.
Hmm? Riku nods.
Well,
We definitely
you're not.
didn't take anything out of there. We'll leave it at that.
Make a deception check at that.
Oh.
She sort of eyes you. Right. Well, I must be off. Oh, this might be my favorite place in all of Barovia. And she goes and actually touches each stone in turn, and they sort of light up. Cast a magnificent spell here, Riku. Truly magnificent one. It brought me life, love, and happiness. I left a hell. I left this hell. Ah, these beautiful standing stones. And then she taps the stone with the sword she had taken when she had been Irina,
Yeah.
and you are back in your bed.
Fuck you.
Which brings us to Axel.
Yeah.
What are you dreaming of, Axel?
Well, Axel, stronger than ever. Now that he's got the belt of strength, which he sleeps in, finds himself in his happy place, which for him is on the streets of Waterdeep, in a fit of rage, beating the shit out of a large group of bad guys. So, like, think of that fight scene in like the third Matrix movie where Neo's fighting like a bunch of
Oh.
those guys, and the
The
CG is
agents
like,
just keep appearing.
Just
yeah,
Agent Smith
yeah, and the
over
CG
and over.
is like super shit, but that's
Like
the
zombie.
kind of situation he's in. He's having a good
Okay.
time. And if you
Just
saw
another
him,
day.
if you
Wait.
saw him like in his bed, he would just be like punching air and just like
Uh,
rustling
but
around.
Gotcha.
I could see him
And-
smiling in his sleep. Grins.
And as you're doing this, there is one figure that sort of catches your eye as you throw a guy through like 4 guys in a row that are walking towards you. She's standing on the corner of this street, smirking, looking at you. And she begins to step forward. And as she does, the street turns into that of a different street. One that's snow covered, cold, and morose looking. You are on the street in Kresk, near the burgomaster's house. And as you are here, you can see on the street ahead of you is Natasha in the center of town.
Yeah.
She steps forward towards you. Last but not least, the brawniest of them all, Axel, hands
Yeah.
outstretched.
If I see her and I'm doing what I'm doing, and and we think that she is responsible for the attack on the casino, I'm assuming she's part of my subconscious, and that, like, she's just another one of the
She's
bad
gonna get an
guys.
ass kicking.
I mean, I'm gonna swing on her and see what she does.
Full
Okay.
smash.
Yeah,
That
just
seems
like a
Go ahead.
Superman. It's like a Superman punch, Let's see. I want to see what happens here.
Go ahead.
So I roll for the attack.
Yeah, totally.
All right.
How much do your like bear punches do now? Like 30 damage?
Let's see. All right.
Pretty good, I assume.
All right. A 19
That's a hit.
All right, I'll get some. Wait, is this?
Oh, +8.
Yeah.
Damn.
And you slug her across the face, and her jaw sort of pops out of socket, and then she turns, and you can see the look on her face as it back into place, the cheekbone unbreaking, her eye back into its place. Come now, come now. No need for such violence.
What?
It was a hell of a punch.
Yeah. That's not supposed to happen. This is my dream. I think. Do I know I'm dreaming, or do I think this is? Am I having like a? You know.
Do you say that to her?
No. Like, I'm asking you. Like, do I know I'm dreaming, or
Oh.
do I think like?
You do still think you're dreaming.
Okay, so yeah, so this is my dream. Excuse me. You're not supposed to just fix yourself like that. I'm supposed to just beat you.
And she goes, sometimes we lose control of our dreams, Axel. And she snaps her fingers, and you're actually in like the Griffin's Nest, overlooking Waterdeep momentarily across the entire city. And then she snaps her fingers, and you're at the Bard's College outside of Neverwinter, looking at the entire city from the island. And she snaps her fingers, and you see a magnificent, beautiful castle, an enormous keep on an island on the edge of the Sword Coast, you believe. And you see that there are people in windows reading books. And she snaps her fingers, and you bounce between a ruined city that looks hellish, infernal, demonic, but on land, potentially somewhere in the Sword Coast, somewhere different. In fact, you believe it almost resembles the city of El Terrell. And she snaps her fingers, and you're back in Kresk. Sometimes I get to control the dreams.
Yeah, but so are you like? Is this like a dream invasion?
It is,
This is a
my
bit
dear boy.
intrusive.
It is,
ma'am.
but I didn't want to come bother you during the day, and this is a safe way for me to say hello and for us to talk.
All right. What would you like to talk about?
Well, I've spoken to the three others already. They told me all about how you killed Count Strahd, and you destroyed the Black Obelisk, and how you explored a great deal of Barovia in general. You saved a young woman, and you left with two others.
Well,
But I have to ask, Axel,
what?
what did you find here?
In Kresk?
In Kresk? In Barovia?
Oh, in Barovia?
In general?
I mean, these people were super poor, even more
They
poor than
were.
I'm used to. Found some pastries that were apparently made of children or something.
Oh dear.
I
Did
don't
you
know.
find my creations up above? She points at the monastery on high.
I thought the guy made those. He was like a Dr. Moreau situation. I didn't. You made them?
Well, it was an accident, I promise. It was truly an accident. You
That
see,
that was kind of fucked up.
Oh, indeed, I would never do it again. Eh, I summoned a celestial, and I think this place broke it. I think it broke its spirit, its heart, the goodness of it. This place pollutes all, Axel. And when I summoned that celestial, I was attempting to do something else. I was trying to leave through a different means. And, well, that celestial, when it came down, its voice shattered the minds and bodies of some of the folk who lived here. They became rather demented, I would say.
Huh. Did we burn this place? Did we burn that monastery, or did we? I remember there was a debate.
I actually don't remember if you guys
I
burned
I'm
it.
think
pretty sure we burned it.
I don't know. I'm not 100% sure which one we did, so I won't say for sure. But yeah, so okay, you were invading my dreams, which is violation, big violation. And now you're telling me you created these mutants that were absolutely horrifying creatures, And are you coming here as a friend? Because, I mean, a little suspect there, ma'am.
Take a
Uh,
step towards her.
oh yeah, yeah. I know I
Okay.
can't like, hmm.
She's got her
Axel,
hands behind her back, and she's actually like sort of bobbing backwards
I
and
know
forwards, looking
she's
towards you.
probably got like wisdom out the wazoo, so Axel has no chance of getting his dreams back, like being back in control. Hmm. Well, sounds like you asked all my friends all the questions you needed. I mean, you asked me what I found here. There was a lot of stuff. But it, in my mind, it feels like a long time ago since I've actually been here, so I don't actually remember what I found. But yeah, I found friendship, a lot of friendship.
She sort of looks taken aback. None of
Mm.
the others had yet given that answer, but I got the sense of it. I understand.
Is there a
Is
place that
Axel
we can find
offended?
you in like real life? Because in dreams, this ain't it, lady.
That's fair. I don't reside along this plane of existence. I try to spend most of my time in another. Um, for now, I will call upon you.
Hmm. Yeah, right. Well, is there something you can offer me to, make me believe that you're here on good faith and not just this isn't some kind of mind fuckery?
As I said to your other friends, if, and this is a big if, I don't believe this has happened, but if it did happen, if Ayuz caused those devils to attack shenanigans, he will be paying you a penance.
Is that money? Hence
Well,
money?
it's yet to be determined what it is. Money, goods, maybe a service. He will be doing it at my demand. Not a request, but a demand.
Well, okay. So I'm gonna run a scenario by here. So you get your idiot, was it nephew or whatever? You get
My son.
your
And
goon.
she actually goes to slap you.
Yeah, you get your goon to come to our place and cause a commotion, and then all of a sudden show up in our dreams, telling us how, oh, yeah, we'll take care of him if he did something bad, as if that now you're some saving the day, as you're some kind of like helping us, you're being helpful to us, and then we're supposed to just like accept you as like this, nice lady. It's like, look, Slate, listen, I'm from the streets, okay? I know how it works.
And how does it work, Axel?
Well, you got a guy, all smooth talker comes in, he says some words, and then boom, he makes you think he's your best friends, and then he's stealing all your money, and then you gotta send a guy like me after him to beat him up. It's a
And she begins to
rough
laugh and she
world.
goes, Axel, dear, I have no need of money. I have an infinite supply if I so wish.
I see you twisted my words. Typical woman.
She gives you a cold, hard stare. Well, clearly you're not one to be trifled with, nor can you be bought. I'll let the others be as they may. I simply wished to speak with you, understand how you left this place, what you found, show you a little bit of my story, tell you a little bit about me. I've done the same with each of your friends, showed them different places that are either important to me in Barovia or important to maybe all of us in different ways, and I simply wish to share some common knowledge. You see, now there's only 8 people who have ever left Barovia. Your group, the Roosters, your friends, Rictavio or Rudolph, or whatever it is you fucking call him, Casimir, and the girl, Irina, the one that the devil himself was after. And me, the poor girl, abandoned in the flood, raised by a witch, the one who escaped by herself with her own good graces. Thought maybe we simply shared a bond.
Well, look, when I wake up from this dream, I'm gonna have a conversation with my friends, and I'm gonna see what they think about all this. Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm very skeptical on anybody who invades my dreams. It's big, not good, not good.
Axel, dear, if I wanted to hurt you, I could have. I did not wish to do such a thing. I simply wished to talk, and this is a safe way for me to do so. Would you
Yeah,
like to see a little bit of my powers?
Sure.
All right. Please make a
Oh fuck.
Here you go.
I mean,
please make a wisdom saving throw.
oh fuck. All right.
Axel's dead
14.
or not.
That is a failure. It's pretty good, but it is a failure. On a failed save, echoes of a phantasmal monstrosity spawn in this nightmare. And so as you're standing here in Kresk, you can see her begin to walk away, and she says, "Well, Axel, I'll just give you a little taster of what it's like to encounter just a little tease of my hideous laughter." And she begins to walk away, and she snaps her fingers, and as she does so, dozens and dozens of mongrel folk begin to swarm out of the buildings around you. And this time, as you begin to try to punch them away, the same as you were doing on the streets of Waterdeep, they swarm you, teeth gnawing and gnashing, claws wrenching into your body, and you wake up in a cold sweat in your bed in Neverwinter.
Damn.
You're gonna take 3d6 damage,
Okay.
psychic damage from that, but we'll put you back in Neverwinter. Actually, if you want to roll the damage, go for it, because I don't have a character
gotcha.
up.
3d6 or d6 3 times 10. All right. Well, all that tells Axel is she needs other beings to do her fighting. She uses tricks.
You all wake up fully refreshed, except for Axel, who has 10 fewer hit points when he wakes up in the morning from a few bad dreams. What would you all like to do?
Well, I would like to tell my friends about the dream I had last night.
Yeah, let's collectively
Then I
share our
can-
dreams about this lady. Then
Probably over
decide
like
what
an
we want to do
ice
next.
breakfast and a pot of coffee.
Yeah.
You all
So it'd be like,
vividly
yeah, just be like, you never believe I had this crazy dream last night.
you all vividly remember your dreams individually. That you have no problem recalling them, no problem describing them to each other.
Ooh. To the meeting room.
Is there anywhere in our house where we are protected from being scryed on?
I don't believe
We-
so.
I don't believe you've set that up.
Okay.
Oh,
would we know
actually,
how
sorry.
to?
There is one
Is
spot.
it part of the hallowed thing?
There is one spot back upstairs, so I can put you back upstairs for a moment. And it's in Sir Venom's room.
Oh, that scrying room?
Yeah, that scrying room is technically lead blocked.
Ooh. Yes, let's all meet in my fancy magic closet. Is this
This is where
is
we're gonna
this like
do
a
it. If we need
secret
a,
door?
yeah, it is.
Nice.
There's like a secret door there.
Okay.
If we ever
Alright.
need to talk in private, it's in this room.
Yeah, Axel doesn't know how to get in. You just see him standing there looking at the mirror and
Open the door for Axel.
what?
Like
Come into my secret room.
private, like potentially people, spying on us, like being in our own heads and we don't even know. Idea.
Man, maybe we should sleep in here.
It's a little cramped, Axel. I much prefer my king size bed.
Yeah. We're gonna sleep, butts to nuts or whatever.
So yeah, what's up? Well, this lady came into my dream.
She's in her head, boys.
I don't like it.
What do
She
we do
invaded our
about it?
dream.
But she seemed to have information. So if nothing else, can we try to get some more out of her? I mean, not that we can trust her, but she doesn't seem to have anything against us. I thought she
Yeah.
did at first, but
She was trying to get me to tell her about the book.
That's what I felt too.
Yeah.
She kept asking if we brought like anything with us or like what we found.
Oh, she was talking about the book.
Yes.
Oh,
We
that was
can't.
way over
Yes,
my head.
she's up to no good if she's after that book. She's after whatever was in there in the Amber Temple.
So
She
we
doesn't necessarily
need
know what it was, but she's
what
after
about
something.
what if we send Van Richten ahead with the book, almost as a decoy, and we stay back a little bit and distract, like just
He's
by
here
us
with us
being
right now, right? Like in our
no,
house.
He is. He and Casimir are
yeah,
still
but I'm
here.
saying
In
I
fact,
think if
Irene is
we
around
send him
too.
off like maybe a day ahead early, like in secret with the book, and then we like they'll still think we have the book, and it'll just be kind of be one step ahead type thing.
Yep. But if she can get in our heads, like, will she know we don't have the book, or would she be able to like read our minds and figure out that
Well,
we
I'm
didn't
gonna go
have
get buy that ring of mind shielding real quick, and then
it?
Well, she agreed to a what was that spell I asked her? A Zone of Truth. She agreed to a Zone of Truth, so we can find out exactly what she knows.
She said she
But
lives on
for-
another plane of existence. She doesn't even
For now,
live in our world.
the last thing we can we need to do is let her know about that book. She can't know because she wants something, whatever was in the Amber Temple that was like so powerful, she wanted it, and she can't have it because it'll be bad. It seems like, but we can definitely, you know, um, you know what they say: keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. You have to keep an eye on her.
Yeah. In the meantime,
yeah,
I think we should definitely not part with the book. Keep that shit on lockdown.
Yeah. Now that we know that someone's after it, we know who that someone is.
Yeah,
They're
someone who can invade our dreams and potentially summon demons.
summon demons, go from plane to plane. Not a good not good. Well,
Uh, um, I would say, Sir Venom, go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
oh,
5.
Okay. As you recount the stories of this to each other, she didn't just say, and I can't remember which of the four it was. She said this to, but she talked about demons, devils, and Yugoloths. And at the mention of this, as you recount your stories to each other, this triggers something in your memory bank, Sir Venom, and you recall that Yugoloths. So there's a differentiation between demons and devils. Devils are lawful evil. They represent beings that make contracts with mortals for their souls. They live in the nine hells and they are lawful evil. And so they write those contracts and they are the folk who deal in soul coins. Demons are chaotic evil. They live in the abyss, which is part of the elemental chaos, and they are the embodiment of just evil for the sake of crazy evil, basically. And then there's Yugoloths, and they live somewhere between the two. They are known as beings that take contracts to do the bidding of whoever it is paying them. And they take payment in the form of soul coins or gold, as ever they see fit or need. Arcanoloths are also known as a type of Yugoloth. They're like a subtype.
Well, maybe this bitch is behind Riku's sister.
she is after my family. Definitely
uh,
have to keep this bitch close. We can call her name. I don't know what her name is though. We have to call her this bitch.
Natasha?
Natasha. We keep Natasha close. Keep her on a leash here. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Do we? I don't think we can really do anything this moment about it. We kind of have to back burner this one until something happens. That like something next happens. I think we have
Keep
to worry
our
more about my sister situation, right? Go find that Arcanoloth.
yeah.
Eh,
Maybe we can question the Arcana see if it's connected to Natasha.
Hmm. I like that. And what were you gonna say, Axel?
Oh, we should go to Waterdeep.
Don't you have a friend you were talking about meeting up with?
Oh yeah, his name is the Ram. He taught me everything I know about bounty hunting. So maybe he can help us find see if he's got any
Any leads?
and he knows where to find a shifty Arcanoloth.
All right. Yeah, maybe he's heard something, or he has friends who have heard something.
Okay.
But also, we are wanted in that area, so
Riku,
we have to
waves his hand at you.
lay
He's like, "Come
low.
on now."
Yep. And it's those you know just
You
gotta
better
not
make sure you're nice and sneaky.
you're not flying around on your broom, but we've been there. We Rico knows a place we can just kind of go to.
Yeah, I can
And
teleport us there. Is that what
so
you're talking
Venom's
about?
not on any wanted posters, so I can always do some sleuthing.
Let me check your deception rolls again. See how good those were. Did you do those?
When was the last time we played? Was it the 17th or it must have been the 17th? Yeah. So
Yeah.
at the beginning of the 17th would have been when we rolled them.
Okay. There's like a ton of rolls for the Swahagan combat. I'm like
Yeah.
scrolling up through.
We can. Oh. Want to re-roll now that we're here? Get some
Got them.
pressures. What you got?
They're pretty good actually.
I don't remember how we did. So
They're all above 20. So they're
Oh.
these disguises are like pretty damn good, as a matter of fact. So I don't want to burn you on that. We'll take these. You will teleport back to the college. Is that right, Riku?
I mean, that's the only circle I have, right?
Yeah, we're in a tower, but you also did make a deal with the black staff lady. It's
We
like
did.
you show
Yeah.
her yours, she'll show her her, that kind of
Yes,
situation.
I remember. We showed each other.
Is there anything else you
Um,
would like to do before you teleport in Neverwinter?
I guess just get our affairs in order. Like, what else do we have to do? Like, we were trying to secure the place. Was there
in
anything
terms of
else?
like the Hallow spells, I believe you've done that
Yeah.
technically already.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we are getting the place up and running for the reopening.
It'll be good to go. You got Morty running interference and everything for you.
Who?
Mortician?
can we
Mortimus?
put up some sort of press release? Or,
You can.
Or
No, I believe you did actually.
Yeah, we went
Yeah.
around like advertising that it was reopening, and like
some
telling
propaganda that
telling
like
people that it's
everything's
safe
cool.
and that
Yeah.
even if someone dies, that we'll bring them back.
I mean, you've got Corporal Kant as well, spreading the story. In fact, the joke around town is that shenanigans it ensures your life and your wealth, whereas the afterlife might end up taking it. The
Uh,
There you
afterlife
go.
casino might end up taking it.
Right. Yeah, lots of people died there. It's a messy business.
very not safe.
You expect a good upturn in business at the moment, is what I would say.
Cool. We like money.
All right. If there's nothing else, I will teleport you to the Bard's College in Waterdeep.
Do it to it.
Let's see. Sorry, I just can't find the map. I officially have too many maps within Owlbear Rodeo at this point.
Perception.
Waterdeep. Oh, here we go. It's just named something really odd. Okay. I will place you within the teleportation circle. Would you simply like to leave the front doors? Would you like to try to sneak out some other way?
Let's see. I guess I would just I'll poke my head out the door.
Oh, do you have Casimir and Rictavio with you? Did you bring them?
Um, can I bring them?
It's up to you. I believe you can.
Let me just see how many people I can travel with. I think it says on limit just
I think
10
it's like 8 or
family.
something, or yeah.
What do you guys think? Should we bring the other lads?
I think they wanted to come back to Waterdeep anyways, didn't they?
Yeah.
They want to continue south with the book to
Hmm.
Candlekeep.
Okay, sure. Yeah, they can come.
Okay.
But let's see. So I guess I just poke my head out and see if there's anybody in this area.
Make a perception check.
23.
Okay, so you can actually see quite a fair bit. You see a student walking away from you in this direction. It looks like there's another student about to enter this building down here. You do see a a man of the watch walking along the area, and you can see the student walking here, giving him a dirty glance, and then walking into this building here. And as that happens, he sort of snorts and walks back as if he's on like a patrol.
Okay. Riku will just give the lads the heads up and say, "Yeah, there's a fair few people here. There's a whatchamacallit, a wall to the left here. Um, I have my broom. I can probably get us over the wall that way.
Are we on the first floor?
Yes.
Can these windows be opened? Or are they like
They are stained glass windows that do not open or close.
okay?
Yeah.
They depict the three main things taught at the college. One would to the far left would be instruments. The center or the far right would be singing, like vocalists, and the center would be storytelling.
How high are the walls that we
The
have to
walls
be
here are
going
about
over?
12 feet tall on the outside, like that stone wall.
Okay.
Yeah. Riku's suggesting we
I could just give everyone like a boost over and
yeah.
then like just climb myself.
Well, I'm saying we could get like over here and then climb over the wall, and he'll use his broom to help us if needed. And Sir
Alright.
Venom can also like assist because he's flying already. Sound good, guys?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Sir Venom flies up to the top of the wall and then watches the boys come up after him.
Okay. If you're going to climb or boost anybody, so Rictavio and Casimir would need boosts.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give an athletics check for those things.
I can like help pull them up onto the wall too.
Yeah.
Double help.
Natural 21 passive perception, Sir Venom. You don't yet see any Griffin cavalry in the area in a way that they could see you.
Okay, I would keep my eye out for them.
Yep. There doesn't really seem to be anybody on the street in your area. You see somebody walking away. It seems like a good time to like hop over the wall.
Let's do it. Riku pulls out broom to help assist people.
Okay. As you do so, let's see, Axel, did you give athletics checks
The
for that?
athletics was for if anybody needed a hand getting over the wall.
Okay,
Vincent wanted to do his own acrobat.
go for it. Rictavio and Casimir will get over. Give me a perception check, Sir Venom, while you keep watch. Good enough, Vincent. And then if you want to like run and jump and pull yourself over, Axel, you can do so.
15.
15. You all get over the wall and down to the other side quickly enough, which is perfect because that's when over the rooftops to the north you can then eventually see a griffin rider, not coming in your direction, but sort of just riding over this area of the city on probably like a typical watch patrol. So you're all on the other side, no issues, no sightings. Good to go, as you wish. Where would you like to go?
Well, Riku looks over towards Axel. It's like, what about your friend? Think he's got any
Yeah.
leads?
I mean, we can check them out. Where'd you say the retirement home for adventures was? Was it like
Yeah,
I forget.
it's Colot Towers, which is, let me pull it up, the map. And just as a reminder, I'll put you guys on the map as to where you were currently. I'll just put the group token down right there. Whoa,
Waterdeep is big.
Waterdeep is big. So the group token is just south of Waterdeep Way. Up behind you is actually the keep, the Waterdeep Keep. And I'll make your token a little bigger so it's a little easier to find. But you're at the college there. He lives down, I believe it's the trade ward. Let me just find where Colot Tower is explicitly. Colot's Tower. It's actually the southern ward. So it would be near Slope Street and right off of the Dragon Way. So you want to go down in this area here.
Okay. Well, Southern War. That's where Axel's from. So you guys are gonna see some shit.
Oh, you get to
we
go to your
got?
home.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you
Okay.
in good standing in your home, Axel?
I don't know. Is Axel? Because I mean, he's on a wanted poster currently, but so
Well, I don't know. So
We're
you're
incognito.
bound.
I would,
You're bound.
I was a bounty hunter. So, I guess if you were a criminal that I had put away, or not put away, but had turned in for a bounty, or if I had turned in their family or something, probably in the Southern Ward. I guess he would have a reputation in the Southern Ward, at least.
Yeah. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I bet your reputation as a bounty hunter was that you were a little rough as a bounty hunter.
Yeah, I got into the profession because I liked fighting a lot. It was fun. I was like, I can beat people up legally, so I'm gonna be a bounty hunter.
Gotcha.
The laws.
As you take Waterdeep Way to the high road and then back down the Way of the Dragon, you travel through quite a bit of Waterdeep. You see the sights and sounds and smells that let you know that it is the city on the Sword Coast where people live in the best ways, but also some of the worst. And it is just an incredible sight to behold. You quickly make your way to Colot Towers. I don't currently have a map for this, though I have something I can bring up. Colot Towers is more than just the tower of Old Colot in this area. It is a collection of some of the buildings nearby, and I'll bring up the group here. It is a collection of buildings together that form effectively what is a not an enclosed but a an area that is a retiree home. As you approach, let me bring up the RAM because I should have a token for him. I thought I made a token for him.
I DM'd one to you. Should be
Ages back, yeah. I made a token for him. I just can't remember if I actually like brought it in here. Shit, maybe I didn't. Let's see if I can find that token quickly enough. There it is.
The RAM.
Let's see. All right, there's the RAM.
nice.
It's easy enough to find him. There is a directory at like a front desk. He has what ends up being a pretty nice room, but he says, "Oh no, let's go back down into the courtyard, lad," because you're the one who goes up to find him, Axel. You're in your disguises right now, so you actually look a little better than maybe you normally do in all your adventuring gear when it's like out and ready to use. And he begins to walk around the courtyard with you, Axel, until are you going to include your friends in this conversation or?
Yeah. Nothing. I actually
Okay.
got nothing to hide. So I mean, if he was recognized, I'd be like, it's up, dog. It's your boy Axel.
Good to see you, son. Good to see you.
Yeah. These are my friends, Riku, Vincent, and Sir Venom. And
Pleasure to meet you, lads. Pleasure to meet you. You know, you're not the first turtle I ever met. Good folk, says to you, Vincent.
Oh.
You're not gonna believe where we've been.
I've been to Icewind Dale and back. Can't surprise me, lad.
Well, we've
Pretty far
Been a
north.
little bit further.
I've changed quite a bit since the last time you saw me. I think it's probably been like a few months at this point.
I think so.
So
Heard
yeah.
some things out of Daggerford.
Oh,
Keep my ear to the ground.
yeah. What's going on? What's going on in Daggerford? What are the streets saying?
Riku begins to sweat.
He pulls out the wanted poster. He's got it in like tucked away into his jacket in one of those pockets, and he goes, looks around before he shows you. I don't know, lad. This one looks a little familiar, don't you think? Pointing at the one with the eye patch.
Yeah. Well,
Puts it away.
There's a lot going on. Well, you shouldn't believe everything you see. I'm working on some things. Me and my friends here, we've got ourselves in some situations.
Situations.
Many situations.
Yeah, many situations.
Oh.
Do you have you
One
ever?
in particular we could use a little bit of help with.
Yeah.
You.
Have you seen like do you know what an Arcanoloth is? You ever come across any of those? They're little fox looking guys.
At this point, you've like walked your way over to a bench where he sort of sits down. He does use a cane at this point. Took too many arrows to the knee once upon a time, and he sort of that's about a little better. Take the load off, but damn, it's a mighty fine sunny day. Sometimes you can smell the breeze on the sea of Waterdeep. So Arcanoloth, you say Arcanoloth? I do hear tell of such a creature, fiendish in nature, I believe. You'd be surprised at the other adventurers that live here in Cotlot Towers with me. Some of these folk, some of the things they see. There's one man who swears he's been to the Nine Hells. We all told him he's a fucking idiot, but I don't know. He's from El Terrell, and so I don't know. Whatever happened to that city a few years back, he could have actually been to the Nine Hells. My understanding is that Arcanoloths are not necessarily demon or devil, something in between. Does that sound right to you folk?
El Terrell.
Yes.
Why does so I'm saying this as me? Why
Mhm.
does El Terrell? That's what that lady said in Axel's dream, but like, why? That's like the second time I've heard that pop
Yeah.
up. So what am I supposed to?
What I would say is roll a history check. And this is going to be
5.
for
Yeah.
that's okay. You can get some knowledge with that. El Terrell is a city on the Sword Coast. It is not traditionally part of the Lord's Alliance, which is Baldur's Gate, Waterdeep, Neverwinter, Silver Moon, Silvery Moon. Those 4 cities. El Terrell is its own city to the east of Baldur's Gate, and it fell to hell and then returned like 30 years ago.
L?
Yeah,
Huh.
like it fell to the 9 hells, the first layer of hell, and then returned
Okay.
after about 3 months.
So is he just saying that he's seen them in El Terrell? Like, is that?
I don't know. He seemed to become a little bit more of an expert on the fiends of the hells and the fiends of the abyss. And I think Yugoloths, of which our
Oh,
Canoloths fall under, are technically somehow linked to the two, but neither at the same time. So my understanding is that he knew a little bit more. His name was Jesbian, and he was a Tabaxi.
huh. I guess the tabaxi
Means
kind of
nothing
looks like a
to me.
fox. It's kind of
Oh, they're cat-like.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
All right. Well, um,
Perhaps we should pay him a visit.
yeah.
We
Yes.
can talk to Jesbian. He's about 3 doors down from me upstairs. I can
Oh,
happily
You get the
introduce
joke,
you.
though? I purred.
yeah.
You know, I don't know if folk take kindly to that sort of thing.
It was
Yeah.
just for us. You look like you enjoy jokes, good sir. I was just trying to test the
I'm
crowd.
not a racist, if you catch my
Oh,
meaning.
what?
Damn.
It's never
Oh.
about race here.
Sorry, my half
Well,
elf friend is
you're the one that called him a
he's a bit of a
cat.
dick, but
in the
he's
oh, that's fair. I guess maybe I shouldn't call him. I didn't realize calling Tabaxi cat pit folk was a negative connotation.
Why do you even gotta call him a Tabassi folk?
Perfectly fine with
Tabaxi
me.
folk?
oh,
I mean, you call a dwarf, an elf, a human. No need to shy away from who we are.
All right, Turtle Man.
We're all beings on this plane.
Amen. He sort of bows his hat to you.
well, we would love that introduction with the cat man. If you think he's around, maybe we could bring him some fish or something. I don't know if there's any around, but
I think they like milk.
milk. Okay.
Oh, come on, guys.
Oddly enough, I think he's actually really quite partial to honey. But anyways, yeah, we can talk to Jesbian in a few minutes. They might know something. There's one other thing we got to talk about, you and me, Axel, and I don't know if you're okay with the lads being around for this. You know,
Yeah.
if they can be around for this.
Yeah, they cool.
I keep my ear to the ground for you as always about many different things, potential jobs, good places to eat, and Glenn as well.
Oh, Glenn. Rip Glenn.
Indeed. Look, there's something going on up in the Sumba Hills. There's rumors of caravans, traders, and merchants all going missing. I know that's where you lost Glenn.
Yeah.
My understanding though is it's starting to hit some bigger folk. There's an entire troop of prestige sword coast that got wiped out or gone missing. The only thing they ever found was blood on the road. No survivors, just clear wreckage. There was one thing that stood out, and there's a reason why I mention it, and the fact that I think it might pertain to Glenn. You know, considering he's ranger and all, I mean, the one thing he always wanted was his own wyvern. Well, they found some wyvern spikes in this attack.
So is that the like flying? That's the
Yeah.
thing from
Right.
Terraria, right?
Yeah.
All right. So is he saying that the wyverns attacked him?
Well, I don't know. All I know is something's happening up in the Desarin Valley. That's where you lost Glenn that
Yeah.
one time, and you don't know what happened to
I have
him.
no idea what happened to old Glenn, the poor kid.
And I mean, like you knew, he always wanted his own wyvern. He
Yeah.
wanted to ride one. And I don't know. That it just seems like a strange coincidence that suddenly wyverns are maybe attacking folk,
Hmm.
or something's happening up there.
Oh shit.
When's the Wyvern
Wait.
Rider?
Okay.
That
Riku
You're
can
saying
snaps his
he's
fingers.
alive? I could like find him alive? Oh my god. This is
I know
shocking to
not.
me.
I know. I mean, I hope so. I hope that's the case. I mean, it's worth a look see, don't you think? Or maybe he found the wyverns, or I don't know. At the worst case scenario, you can probably go up the Dasarin Valley, the Dasarin Valley. Oh, I hate the name
Yeah.
of this place. The Dasarin Valley. He's like struggling over it with his accent, and you could probably end up getting some work. Yeah, it's not bounty hunting, but it's I mean,
Oh,
good adventuring, and
this will
you look like you can share the load.
this will
I'll
definitely be
follow you.
looked into. I've felt terribly responsible for what happened to Glenn. It's I've been a little bit depressed about it. These new friends here have really, have been good for that kind of stuff. But
Listen,
yeah,
Axel, don't
Yeah.
let what happened to Glenn happen to Piccolo here.
Oh yeah, Piccolo. Of course, I haven't forgotten about Piccolo, my trusty monkey that I acquired in my
He's
travels.
like,
Yeah, as you can see, I've been teaching him the ways. He's my new
you
Glenn.
understand.
Yes, he's new Glenn.
Piccolo says in his monkey language, "I'm not nobody but Piccolo, you dipshit, and don't you dare let me die."
Well, that's why I haven't let you fight anything yet. So shut up. Uh, yeah, awesome.
Keep
Yeah.
your friends close. We can go talk to Jesbian if you want,
Oh
but
yeah.
Dasarin Valley. That's where I'd start at least to look for Glenn if you have the time, the energy, the capability. I mean, there may be a job involved, so that's all.
As we're heading to the Catman's room, Riku turns to Axel and pulls out his his wine decanter thing. And is like, "Hey, does your friend like to drink?" And smiles.
Who, the Ram?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean his like mustache is practically stained with the stuff.
What's a little bit extra for the gout, right? Riku pours him a glass.
His diabetes. Yeah.
He does look like Wilfred Brimley.
It is Wilfred Brimley.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I'm sure he'll accept a generous
Oh,
glass
I
of
do say
wine.
I do love a fine decanter of something.
It's
He
a
sort of
nice tall
takes a
glass of
swig.
diabetes.
You were brought up to meet with Jesbian, and Jesbian is a
Oh my.
male tabaxi. He's actually lying on. It's funny. You open the door. You knock on the door to Jesbian's rooms. With the ram in the lead. He goes, Jesbian, I got some folk here to have a conversation with you about El Terrell, if that's okay. Says from outside the door, and you hear from the inside a deep voice of, "Come in. That's acceptable." You enter, and the room. It's almost like a like a studio, like a large ceilinged, high ceilinged, old mill studio apartment that you would see like here in New England. But like the windows are massive, like they're like 10-foot windows, and there's four of them across that must take up 20 feet of wall, and the sun's shining through onto them, and there's all these like cushions set up, and you can see that Jesbian is like lounged out on one of them reading, and there's incense and candles lit and stuff, and it smells nice, and the plants and everything make it look almost like a jungle at times in space, and there's a humidity to the room because of it. And Jesbian goes, "Apologies for the temperature. I try to keep this place as similar to Chult as possible. What can I do you all for? Ram, who are these friends of yours?" And he introduces you all.
It's
Well,
us.
yeah, thank you for receiving us. My friend Riku will now do all the talking because he's good at it.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Go finger to chest. Okay. So we're interested in Yugoloths.
Yugoloths. Hmm.
We're told you know a great deal about them. having potentially spent some time in the Nine Hells yourself.
I did. And you can sort of see a look comes over his face. Sometimes us adventurers have things we don't love to talk about, sort of looking pointedly at the ram. But it's okay, we can talk about Elturel. You know the story of the city? Lied under the dark sun. One day it brought it to hell. And then with the destruction of the sun and, well, the changing of the, the devil who lived there, you were brought back. We were brought back. Yugoloths. You know, I didn't see many Yugoloths during my time in the Hells. We could see the war below, the blood war below between demons and devils. Eternal conflict. We were supposed to be casualties amongst the dead in that. Yugoloths.
Do you suppose you know why one would be wandering around here, causing trouble?
Well, my understanding is that they're hired. So in the Blood War, for instance, one side would hire some sort of Yugoloth to do something for them against the other. An Arcanoloth, for instance, would be purchased to find secrets. Say if a demon needed secrets on a devil, hire an Arcanoloth and it will dig deeper than you might be able to. Whereas, and I'm just bringing up a list of Yugoloths here for Jesbian to inform you about. Let's see, Yugoloths.
Can these creatures travel freely amongst the plains?
Kind of. They live in a place called Guyana. But they don't typically travel amongst the plains unless they are summoned there to do a job. So typically speaking, a contract is written up and they are paid in either soul coins or gold coins, whatever denomination, doesn't necessarily matter, but they're willing to do it for one or the other. And they try to follow the contract to the letter of the law. And so, in the same way that a devil will try to capture a soul of a person on the material plane by having them sign a contract in exchange for something, a Yugoloth will do as it is asked via the letter of the contract. Sometimes liberally, sometimes conservatively. They have a little bit of leeway in how they interpret said contract unless you're very specific and very intelligent in the way that you write it. But for payment, they will do the job. They will only not do the job if they suddenly have a higher bidder.
So the job in this case was to take something and kill this professor, evidently.
Jesbian sort of shrugs and says, now I begin to understand. Is this about Professor Mragtar at the college? Was he killed by an Arcanoloth?
Presumably that's what it would seem would happen, and my sister is getting in trouble for it. We're trying to seek the creature that did this.
An Arcanoloth. And you can see Jesbian stand up off of the cushions, go to a bookshelf, and pull down a book. And he says, Arcanoloths, civilized record keepers of the Yugoloths. Arcanoloths masterfully crafted contracts with mortals and other fiends alike, deciding which forces to delegate where and when and how much to charge for their services. Keepers of secrets as well. I wonder if Professor Magtar held a secret, or if there was something at the college somebody wished to find. That would be my guess.
Might have to sneak back in there again, boys.
Easy.
Does this help you? And you see Jesbian sort of looking at you all as you're like puzzling this over. The Ram's sort of like,
Yeah.
yeah. we can get out of your hair, Jesbian. Lads, is that good enough?
No, we appreciate your time.
Indeed.
Batman's.
And as you're like leaving, Jesbian says to the ram, "Are we still on for Sunday evenings? Stewards and squires?" And the ram sort of like, "Oh, yeah, I'll bring the bones. Don't worry about it." Closes the door behind him. Not
Whoa.
much else to do in these adventure retirement homes than play imaginary games, if you understand. Anyways, it's been really good to see you, actually. You're welcome to come around for food if you ever want, per usual. I'll be here. And do let me know if you find Glenn. Cared about him in a way. He's the grandson, per se, of our lineage. You know what I mean.
Oh, I'll find him.
Oh, good man, good man.
Yeah.
He almost goes to give you a hug, and he's, "Oh, no, never mind."
Firm handshakes.
Firm handshake indeed.
Yeah.
He gives you a good one.
Nice. All right.
Riku gives the ram a hug.
Oh, oh, careful. Pancreas don't work so well no more. And he like extricates himself from it. Good to meet all y'all. You're welcome to go for a walk with me in the yard whenever you want, as long as the knee's not flared up.
Sounds good.
Well, walks away.
Okay.
He seems
Yeah.
like a cool guy.
Yeah, I should let you guys know that he does form what in the future people will come to know as CTE.
Oh,
Yeah. He
sounds
a
unfortunate.
lot of concussions. He is like if you took Juggernaut and Juggernaut was a good guy instead of a dick. That was his thing.
The ram.
Yeah, he would just run. He would just bulldoze people.
Let's see. Well, I guess he's in good shape considering that.
Yeah. Well, you know.
Very lucid.
Yeah.
Think he'll remember me? Riku's scratching his head, wondering.
Probably not. Honestly, probably not. Oh, they did give him the
Think
drink,
Glenn's
so
actually
maybe.
alive? Or do you think it's just his head injury talking?
I think he's alive. I think I gotta believe he's alive. I've seen too many people die. You know, I don't know if you noticed, but my parents were murdered when I was a child.
Sorry to hear
Terrible. I
that.
was
On the
raised in a
streets.
mansion.
Yeah. Well, you know, they were murdered
I
on
had
the
servants.
streets right in front of me. And
Can I get everybody to make a perception check? You're like walking through Waterdeep as you're having this conversation. You can be
Riku,
walking
I
through
had
wherever you
servants with his
want.
hand up in the air.
Wish I could just
Perception check.
Okay, perception.
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 I bet our passive perception.
We got
It
15.
feels bad
15,
rolling lower than my
15.
passive perception.
Never feels good.
Is it?
I rolled higher than mine.
Oh, your passive perception is probably pretty lame compared to fucking my 21.
Ooh!
I got 15.
Okay.
15 passive perception, 8.
Shoot, I'm looking at the wrong spell, I think.
No spells.
Oh,
Someone's spelling us?
another
What?
brain invasion.
Kinda. Kinda. Man, D&D Beyond is like so slow right now.
Not slower than my dice.
Yeah, I know. Actually, your dice,
Oh,
was it
I
slow
know
or
they're
was
fixed.
it
No, they're
fine?
fixed now. No, they're fixed
Okay.
now. But
Dice have been
when they
good.
were slow, they were slow.
Nope, not this one. Sorry. Oh, this one. There it is. All right. And it's a 20. Okay. Never mind. Keep going as you were.
Nice. So
Keep
yes,
walking.
we were just chatting up about our pasts of youth. And
Riku, finger in air. I had servants.
well,
Vincent, out of curiosity, while he was walking and talking, would be looking around to see if he noticed any presence of the Raven Queen and ravens, just like in this
Floating around.
town city. Yeah,
I'm actually going to say you don't. And I'm going to just take your perception check that you just made. What's your passive perception? Is it above
17.
a 17? I'm going to say that you actually see very few flying creatures, and it takes you a moment to realize why until you see a griffin cavalry fly ahead.
Oh, that's great.
You suspect that they probably don't do anything to harm flying creatures, but that they're so big and scary looking that they probably ward off a great number of birds from a certain height across most of Waterdeep.
Interesting.
The Raven Queen's always with you, Vincent, in your heart.
You know, but just
Have to believe in her.
always like to be aware of my surroundings.
did we? So, Notch, Sir Kensington, Lord Kensington, he Notch, Riku's father, he came to the casino, but did he go by foot and like did he like how did he travel? Because if he's gonna be gone
He
for 10 days.
traveled with the Blackstaff and with Mert.
Yeah, they just teleported out.
Oh, okay. So I was gonna say like if he's gonna be gone for 10 days, maybe we can just crash at his place. We should like go to your. We should go see your father, Riku, and or your brother or something, and like.
We always
Um,
have Sir Venom like pay for the rooms and then just like sneak you guys in afterwards.
sneak us in where?
Like if we need a place to stay, like go to like a hotel or an inn or something.
Because we're
We could just
wanted.
we could just stay at my place for free.
Ah, that too.
Do
Yeah,
that.
they've got an estate.
But I mean, we gotta try to sniff out where this Arcanoloth went. You know?
Yeah, I'm just. What are we doing? Lead the way, Riku. Lead the way.
Let's go back. Let's go back to the college and kind of look for some clues. See if we can find
Ooh.
anything.
Okay. Okay.
Or maybe
Yeah, where did
Huh?
this
about-
crime
ooh.
happen? What do you know about this, Riku? Can you give us another little recap?
I got another
of this?
idea.
Mm-hmm.
How about this? How about we get disguised as students? Like I can easily,
Wear
we're
some.
already disguised, but we got to get like hall
Okay.
passes or something.
We gotta wear some
You know?
tight jeans that are all ripped up and.
Yeah, we'll look like some youthful youngsters. And, we're gonna do like a hall pass scenario where we go to school,
Hall pass.
something, or not hall pass, whatever, like a shitty rom com where we dress up as
I
kids
believe
and
that was
try to
21
blend in.
Jump Street.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I
there
was
you
looking
go.
for.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what I would say is you meet Rudolph Van Richten and Casimir back at the Elf Bar. That bar that Casimir seemed to very much enjoy,
Mhm.
the Elfstone Tavern, considering that it was run
Yeah, I was
by
trying to
a Dusk Elf barmaid.
get
Um,
his wick or something, right?
something along those lines. And as you meet them there, Rudolph Van Richten says, ah, it's good to be back here. I know, Casimir, you would wish to stay, but I know that you also believe the importance of what we're about to do is of the utmost. They turn to you all and say, well, lads, it's been a wonderful journey. We've done great things together, but I would ask for the book. My patience has finally begun to wear thin on it. I would like to move on to Candlekeep at this time. Casimir and I believe that we could have our own desires fulfilled if we have the book and move along.
Riku looks to group.
Yeah, are you sure that's wise, Casimir? Especially if we know, because we would have filled him in at one point about that lady who was looking for it. Like, are you sure we should split up with the book if we know this person's after it?
Oh, you would have filled him in on Natasha?
Yeah, I think we trust him.
Okay. Um, if you filled him in on Natasha, he would say, from his perspective, it's better to take the book with him and not tell her about giving the book, like, so there's a few things here. One, clearly she thinks that you all have something. So if you don't have it, that's better. Because if
Mm.
she's to attack again, or if she's to attack you at all,
Or is
So
sort of like a
there?
distraction.
Van Richten
He's
point.
a spellcaster, isn't he?
He is.
Does he have prestidigitation?
I believe he actually does. I can double
I
check
mean, I
that.
do. Why?
Well, because we could keep the book in that that
Even I
secret
do.
dimensional chest and just give him access to it. So when he gets down there, he can just summon the chest, take the book out, and the book stays safe.
I mean, that was sort of the idea from the beginning, but the fact is he would still have it, and could still have it taken somehow.
Not if he doesn't have it on him.
He has access to it. Is the idea,
Yeah, but I'm saying he has the magical access to it, so he doesn't actually have it on him to be stolen. This way, the book wouldn't move at all. It would stay right where it's been the whole time.
So
My
would have
point
to,
is, someone could take him over, take control of his mind and make him unlock it. That's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
clearly this woman can do some crazy shit. So,
But that would probably be a lot more difficult than just stealing it from his bag.
correct.
is
You're
the spell
right there.
secret chest?
Yeah.
I'm just checking something.
I'm just saying that lady has mind control powers. It doesn't seem unreasonable that she could just get him to do shit.
So
Yeah,
what I'm gonna
but-
say is that
Against his will.
only Riku has the miniature replica that secret chest requires. But he summons it with his prestidigitation. That's all. And only Riku can do that.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna say that Van
So I'd
Richten
have to
would
have
not
to
be able
take
to
it
do
out?
that. Yeah.
Okay.
We'd have to actually give him the book.
I think if we give him the book and something bad happens, then that's just how the game's going. That's just how the game is, and the game wants us to fight something bad. And
Yeah, we'll just have to murder another big bad to get the book back.
yeah.
All right.
I mean, you could say no. No. You can say no to him. You don't think that I'm trying to lead you down one path or another. Van Richten has his own goals. That's all.
Yeah, but I like Van Richten. I just don't really want to say no to him.
I don't want him to be mad at us.
Yeah.
No, it's less that. It's I like what Axel said, where I think would be interesting if something, if everything went as planned, cool. But if it didn't, cool too.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, it's not gonna be like, you idiots, you gave the book to the wrong guy. Get fucked. Here's,
If anything, this is the one guy who we would trust with it.
now Thanos is on the loose with the Infinity Stones.
Gotcha. Okay, so
what if Van Richten was a double
Riku just wishes he was a little bit more
time?
powerful, because it still feels like he could be overcome pretty easily.
What if
maybe
Rudolph
not even
was a
by
plant?
this lady we're worried
What they
about, just by
want.
someone else. For the sake of just continuing things, I'm down to give it to him. But from my perspective, if I was in Riku's shoes, I would still be weary.
Does he have enough? How much money Rudolph and Casimir have? They have
We gave him a bunch of walk-in money.
yeah, they've got 1,000 gold each or something.
Oh, okay.
Like that,
So you got enough for
Oh yeah, they're good. They can get to Candlekeep. They can spend time at Candlekeep, and we can get into this more because it's 9:03, so I don't want to go too far over for Sir Venom, but they're willing to say what they want to do because they've been talking with each other and spending a lot of time together, and they're willing to cue you guys in on this. So they want the book to go research it to find out what it is. In Candlekeep.
Riku would be like, whoa. Riku would say, don't say it out loud. Write on a piece of paper and let us know.
What?
Fair enough.
In case we're being listened to, watch. Riku looks around all nervously.
Make a perception check.
I mean,
if you want to do that.
I can't detect if someone's scrying on us, right?
Riku doesn't want his Amazon device to listen to him.
I mean, you don't see anything, Riku. The 9 that you rolled does not reveal anything that leads you to believe you're being looked upon at this moment in time.
All right. Okay.
He'll
Victor's
write it
just
down
like, you never know.
nonetheless.
You never know.
He's willing to write it down. So he just writes down Candlekeep book
Mhm.
research, and then he sort of looks around and he writes the words Illustrial Silverhand. And if all of you could make history checks, that would be useful here.
I don't know what the
And
fuck that means.
he writes families question mark next to it. Riku and Sir Venom, you both recognize the name as an individual who is a incredibly prominent mage who supposedly went missing, and he leans across the table and points to her name and says, "She runs Candlekeep at this point. I met her a while ago."
At her.
And then he sort of points at the family bit and he goes, "I want to know if there's any way we can bring our families back," sort of pointing between himself and Kazimir Velikov.
Oh.
Maybe there's a way to save those souls. Maybe they're not gone forever. What if I can save Erasmus? What if he didn't disappear with Darkon? What if Casimir's friends and family, I don't know, maybe they didn't have to be sacrificed to Barovia?
Ah, jeez.
It's that's real dark stuff.
Yeah, you're messing with
Rudolph.
messing with
Just
some powers
be
there.
careful.
No.
Yeah.
It's, I mean, we all saw what
I know
happened.
you have good intentions, but I'm saying messing with such power, especially with this, he like gestures towards the book, could
That's
cause.
why
Yes.
his hands are sort of outstretched. That's why Illustrial Silverhand is going to do the research for us.
Yes.
Oh,
Just
Sounds as long as they
nice.
can get the book there safely, it does sound like that'd be
Yes.
a safe
Definitely,
spot
yeah.
for it.
don't get ahead of yourself and try anything rash.
Yeah.
And he does have a sending stone that's connected to one that I have.
Riku, you know in particular that Illustrial Silverhand is a chosen of Mistra, the goddess of magic, and the individual who makes up the weave of magic herself. She's one of the supposed most powerful individuals in all of the realms, and known as a very goodly individual as well. She helped run the city of Silvery Moon, and she sort of flitted around on the Sword Coast for centuries, as a matter of fact, and pops up in stories in many places.
Imagine if such a powerful artifact would corrupt such a being. I wonder. Okay, here you go. Gives book.
Yeah. Should wear some gloves.
Yeah, who's touching the book?
Well, I assume we'd have it wrapped up.
It's a hell of an assumption there, Sir Venom.
I mean, got mage hand stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, it sounds like Riku
Or
touched it barehanded.
Can we dump it out of the chest? That's what I would try to do.
You can if you want.
Just gonna dump the black hole
Yeah.
over its bar.
Well, let's how much of that troll skin or that goat troll skin do we have? Can we just like wrap it in that?
You could wrap it in that.
I'm just gonna dump it on Rictavia's lap and say, "Hot potato."
He's actually quite careful with it. He actually like helps hoist it into a bag without touching it. For the record, I believe that the only individual of any of you who has touched it besides Rictavio, Rudolph Van Richten, would be Axel when you were getting the book away from Uriel as he perished.
Did I?
You did.
Okay.
I actually went back and watched the VOD.
Okay.
I haven't touched it.
Fingerprints
I
are
thought I
all
failed to
over.
roll.
You almost touched it in the cave, and I don't know if you've told the other two about this technically. You've definitely not told Van Richten and Casimir about this, but
Ugh.
you almost touched it in the cave and you like dodged it and bounced it into the
Oh yeah.
chest.
We almost lost it. It doesn't say that out loud.
It's true. Yeah, we did almost lose it. Whatever was going on in the cave.
Yeah,
Whatever was
I think-
happening.
Yeah.
Let's make sure that it's like wrapped up and secure before he puts it into his bag.
Okay. You wrap it. Do you want to wrap it in that goat skin? Is the idea?
Yeah, I might as well. That seems
Okay.
like a magical kind of wrap thing.
Sure. You wrap it in the goat skin so that there's no parchment or leather of the book touching anything. He tosses it into his bag. It's a little unwieldy in his bag, but it's okay. Like he clearly just has like a big frame backpack, so he'll be fine with it. He says that they're going to take a ship. That they're going to be able to find a ship from Waterdeep straight down to Candlekeep.
Sir Venom looks like visibly jealous that they're taking a ship.
Before we sign off for the night, what do you guys think you're going to want to do next session?
Maybe go to that town that went to hell to look for the Arcanoloth.
Oh, Elturel?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know about
I think
that.
I think that's far from.
Elturel would be quite a
Waterdeep.
ways off. Yeah.
Oh, never mind that.
I'd say we look for clues at the college and we do our like 21 Jump Street day where we dress up like students and try to get in.
Okay.
I'd say we do that next time if no one else has
A
anything.
meme episode.
Slash also like check in with like Riku's father and whatnot and his brother, whoever's at his house. At some point we'll probably go there.
Okay.
Unless anybody
do
else
that.
has anything else.
How
they're
far was
thinking.
that valley that the Ram was talking about? They needed like.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
the Jasaran Valley. Let me switch to the map for a moment, and we can take a look just so you can get a sense of where that is.
Also, we don't have anything super pressing right now, right? It seems like we have kind of a few different like
Well, we're trying to find the
adventure things
Arcanoloth
to do.
because
Is
once
that like
we
the
Yeah.
main?
when we find that, then we get in good with the Blackstaff, like officially,
Yeah.
and we free my sister.
I had going to Candlekeep as like the main thing for this like section of whatever we're doing.
Go to actual Candlekeep. And
Go to Candlekeep and because I feel like that's where the game
do
was
something
like
with the book.
sending us. Like we go to Waterdeep, then we go a little further south, find a fast travel, go back to Neverwinter, then go back. You know, we're gonna use
Cutting
fast
so.
travels.
what I would say is you guys are making the story in a lot of ways at this point via, like you guys are driving the story with your choices, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess what I'm saying, like specific or asking the group is like, I feel like we don't have a very different. I feel we have a couple different options, right?
Yeah.
Like small things. There's like a bunch of small things to choose from. So I guess I'm
So
just
I see where the
recapping
Desarin
those.
River is. That must be around there.
Yeah. The Desaran Valley is sort of like between the two areas where the Desaran River is labeled. So it's sort of like all of this, I believe.
Okay. Cool.
All right, so can we recap what couple of our options before we sign off? Like what where we
Yeah.
stand. So you
So you're
said one
not going
was
to escort them to Candlekeep. They're going to go to Candlekeep on their own by the sound of it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You can look for the Arcanoloth or evidence of the Arcanoloth maybe within the college.
Good idea.
Yep. One of the things that I believe you had at one point in time was to learn more about Lord Neverember.
Yeah, because we know he's like deceiving. He's being deceptive, and
Yeah.
that's never a good sign.
And then investigate opening night of shenanigans. That kind of happened a little bit tonight.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, we got some answers,
we
but
got Dream
also
invaded,
some more questions. Yeah.
It was more of a show of power than anything.
and then we got loose ends. We got to tie up at Daggerford, which will be difficult since we are probably heavily wanted there.
Yeah,
that
I'm
was the other
kind of
thing.
down. I'm kind of down with like finishing Daggerford. I like
That was
clear our names before we continue on.
Yo,
Why are we on the
you
run?
okay there, Riku?
Yeah, what I was saying was I feel like the Arcanoloth slash Riku's sister slash getting in with the Blackstaff. I feel like that's important. But then
Ooh.
secondly is the Daggerford after that.
Yeah,
to
I
me.
feel like
Yeah,
if
I wanna-
we help out the Blackstaff, we could maybe get our wantedness maybe wiped.
I just think
Pardon?
having closer ties with the Blackstaff in general will just be helpful all around.
Ah, yes, maybe
Yeah.
she would like some coin too. Maybe that would help.
I mean, who knows? She's a powerful ally,
Mm-hmm.
and
Nice.
Riku's
Also, out of
he's
game.
gotten good with her so far.
Is this black staff the same black staff as our other game?
No, and
Or
that's
am I
actually not
thinking of
something.
something?
No, you
Or
are
am I
you're thinking it's not Vajra Safra. She
right?
has been missing for quite a long time. Nobody's inquired about that yet, and so
Oh
therefore
yeah.
I won't spoil anything.
Sure,
But
yeah.
I thought about
uh,
it, but I never brought it up.
Oh, I just am asking
Yeah.
because I don't remember good.
no, this is a different black staff technically.
Because like, why would
Um,
my character even know about that black staff? So
what I'll
I
say
was
is
just curious. The title itself is though the same though, right?
yes,
yeah,
the title of
it's
itself
ju-
is the same.
yeah, it's just a title.
Yeah.
Different people hold the seat.
Let's
Just
pick it
thinking
up next
so that
week. I don't want to go too. We've already gone 15 minutes over for Sir Venom, so
All right.
Oh,
You
he's fine.
gotta get to bed.
yeah.